Today I'm taking you on one of my favorite day trips from Barcelona. We're going out into nature. And I'm also going to share my reality of what it's been like in Barcelona for the last 2 months. Let's get out into nature. Poor thing. So not happy with this muzzle. And we are on our way. We probably have about another 30-40 minutes on this. It's been quite the morning so far, but Bella was pretty patient until we got to Plaza España. That's where you have to take the train from Barcelona. But she did a good job. Now she's just fed up. She has no idea what fun is in store though. We are making our way to Montserrat to hike up and soak in some nature. Wait. Freedom! Come here! Yay! Better? If you ever do want to come, make sure you get off at Monistrol de Montserrat so that you can go into the town and hike up. Okay, check it out. It's so cold today that there's actually frost on the ground. Once you've crossed the bridge, you have to turn right into the underground part to safely take you across the road, and then you'll come out the other side. You can get that fresh air. So nice. Like many towns in Catalonia with trails, the trailhead starts right in the center of town. I will share it down below if you want to come and do it and start from this point. I've done this many times and I found that this one is the easiest to follow. And you do cross a street up here, so don't let your dog off the leash just yet. Here we go. From zero to steep. I'm really interested to see how long this is going to take. Now that I'm training for this peak project, I'm very curious to see how my stamina is. Since the last few months, I've been going hard. Working out, doing CrossFit. And I guess if you don't know, I'm doing this project where I climb the highest peak in every European country. I've already done 10, so the other 40 have some pretty big ones. It's almost mountain climbing season, so that's why I need to get out and hike more. That's also why I have quite a heavy pack today, so I can get as much training in as possible. I know. Let's go, little tootsies. She's super ready. Little horse is just enjoying the sunshine. Do horses sleep standing up? Looks like they're at peace. One of the reasons that I really felt like I needed to get out into nature is because there's been a whole lot of things happening. Lots of changes, and it's actually been quite overwhelming. So just being out here, having fresh air, being with Bella, no like serious schedules or anything, is really nice. And the sun on top of it. It's been so cold the last few weeks. It's not normally this cold in Barcelona. It can get cold, but we're talking like 1 degrees, which when it's really humid, you can like feel it in your bones, you know? So for the last 2 months, I've been having tons of appointments, meetings, interviews, and it's been almost non-stop. I actually still have some coming up over the next few weeks. and so many processes happening. Back in September, October, after I came back from Canada, and my little family and I, we were driving around in our van, trying to climb peaks and just living life in the van. I was waking up every day with a headache. Today we're gonna do a bit of a light workout because I have a killer headache. I won't list all of my symptoms for you, but basically I knew something wasn't right. And the reason I want to share this with you is because sometimes you can't just keep pushing through. Sometimes you need to dig a little bit deeper and find a solution. So I had to go through lots of different tests and getting consultations with my doctor. I found out that I was deficient in some really important vitamins. I thought I was eating super duper healthy, but I guess it wasn't enough for my body. So I need to change that, and I need to take some supplements. I'm doing that and I feel so much better already. I had a bit of a scare too. I have this lump in my back. I know that sounds like intense, but it's not. And before you jump to any conclusions, it's not cancerous or anything, but for a few weeks there, I was pretty scared. It was nerve-wracking because cancer runs very strong in my mom's side of the family, so I was freaking out. It's gonna get removed. It's just safer and better that way, but for a while there, it was pretty scary. And I kind of hope that sharing this, it will help anybody else who is stubborn or doesn't like doctors like me, because they can help. I'm really grateful that we've been in Barcelona. The healthcare is so good. I actually use private healthcare. It's not to say that the public healthcare isn't good. It really is as well, but just it's faster when you go through the private. Yeah, should we keep going? Good girl. What? Fun fact for you. Montserrat means serrated mountain in Spanish, and in Catalan, what they speak here in Barcelona and in Catalonia, is sacred mountain. And it is actually very sacred. You'll see why when we get up to the top. Now we got the super steep stairs. Wow. Yo, go stick with me, honey. Yeah. Oh, stairs, huh? Whew. Do you remember that video before I embarked on my peak project? I explained to you a few things and I answered your burning questions. Well, one of them brought up the point about what happens if I run out of money. Well, I would stop and get a job. And that's exactly what I've had to do. Things are getting more expensive now. Living in Barcelona, like for example, you used to be able to get an espresso for like 80-90 cents max. And the other day, before I went to CrossFit, I paid $1.20. I know it's just like a few cents, but it's more like the principle of it. I was doing okay with my savings that I had, my resources, and as a freelancer, I was doing well, but I've noticed it's getting harder and harder over the last few months. So I've been applying for jobs to make sure that I can obviously be alive, keep paying the bills, and continue doing this peak project. This project to climb the 50 peaks is something that has brought me life again. So I started it because I was depressed and anxious. I was having a really rough go of life, to be honest, and I needed to shake things up and give myself a challenge. So it's been pretty crazy trying to figure that out, because I don't want just any company, do you know what I mean? I wanted a company that aligned with my values and that still gave me the flexibility of doing this peak project. Yeah, I know it's a taboo subject. I actually don't know why it is, but it is. And it's my reality right now. And I'm happy to share that with you. Yeah, thanks for listening. But I do have to say a massive thank you to all my patrons, anybody who's bought me a coffee or given me a super thanks. You have no idea how much it means to me and how much it really does help the channel to grow. Not even just that, but also every time you like or someone subscribes, it really helps. And yeah, I just want you to know that I love you guys. Yeah. Never seen this before. Yeah, I've actually never come down this route. So there's always like a split in the trail. You can go 10 minutes up to Montserrat, which we will go after. But I've actually never been this way. It's so cool that all of this is just built into the side of the mountain. Oh my goodness, why are you so excited? What do you see? Hey, got a stick? Now we can go. Time for a little lunch break. We've got a couple of burritos and an apple. Signs of spring. That's nice. Montserrat is home to a monastery that was built over 1,000 years ago. Unfortunately, it was mostly destroyed by Napoleon, so what you see today is a reconstruction. History is neat and all, and anyone can Google it, so instead I want to share one of many legends. I swear, every time I come, I'm surprised. It is so beautiful here. And this is the hour to come, I think. Right now it's like 3 o'clock. So that's a little bit noisy. And now is definitely the hour to come because it's 3 o'clock. So there's a little bit of sun, but it's not so intense that you can't just appreciate the different colors and all of the architecture. It's magnifique. So I guess a bunch of monks live here. They say that monoliths and needle-like rock formations in the park act like powerful antennas to open up interdimensional doors. Believe it or not, people have been disappearing from the area for years. Whether it's because of a portal or a cliff, it's definitely better to stay on the trails. I'm thirsty. We filled both our water bottles for the way down. Where's yours? You want some now? Okay, up. It's such a big mess. Yeah, we're all stocked up for the way down now. Please don't fall. Yay! Finally, one of the things that's really been stressful is actually a process that I'm going through right now. The government of Spain is asking for specific documents to renew my residency. I just got off the phone with somebody very rude who says that the document that the government of Spain asked me to deliver them does not exist. And I say, but yes, in fact, it does exist because they specifically asked me for this one. And she says, no, the government is wrong. So I came to Spain on what's called a working holiday visa. So it just gives you the right to work. And it's just basically thanks to a bilateral agreement that Canada and Spain have together. The way that I'm still here is actually through a residency permit that I have thanks to being with my partner, Juan Pablo. So because he is a Spanish citizen, we got a pareja de hecho, which is basically a civil union. It allows me to stay in Spain and Europe as long as we are together. So legally, I have the same rights as any citizen. I think I just can't vote, which it's Spain. I'm not gonna vote anyways. This last week, I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to collect all these documents before I have to present to the government.
I really don't know how people are supposed to do this. Like, I haven't gotten any work done in the last, like, 6 days, 5-6 days. Because I'm just on the phone fighting with people.
I'll be honest with you, any bureaucratic process is slow. It's so hard to find answers to things, and it's so hard to find people who have the right answers.
Headache again.
It's a bit nerve-wracking, but I have a team behind me now helping me out, and I feel really supported, so that's really, really cool. For anyone who has gone through a bureaucratic process here will definitely understand where I'm coming from. And if you're about to move here, well, just make sure you have a lot of patience and don't be afraid to be politely pushy. That's just, I guess, what it takes to live here. Just prove that you really want to be here by going through all of these insanely slow, disorganized processes. I do have to say though, over the last 6 years, it's gotten a lot better. So actually, I think the pandemic helped with that because they had to streamline a lot of processes online. So that helps, but still some room for improvement. At the end of the day, I guess, if I get denied and they kick me out, well, I'll just figure it out. I don't know what I would do, actually. My goodness, you're so crazy. Look at you. In true Tasha and Bella style, we arrived at the train station with 5 minutes left to buy our ticket and get on a train. And we did it. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal if we would have missed it because there's one every hour, but that would have meant waiting for an hour. So, here we are. What a spectacular day. Literally what I needed. All of the stress is gone. And I feel rejuvenated. I think Bella's pretty tuckered out too. Oh. We made it. You hungry? Yeah, it's that time. Got back home safe. Love all you legends. And see you next time. Ciao.